Hi. This is a totally casual live. Haven't done one of these in many years. But since I was going to do this anyway for an upcoming video, I thought maybe just do a little live experiment with some fruit tea with you all, or anybody who wants to pop in, say hi. Hi. So, take this off. So my next book project, I'm redoing a thrifted book, and if you saw my previous video, it's about coffee. And so I cut up, this is the size I'm working with, I cut up the board from that book and made it into 2 books, and that's what I'm working on, and that will be coming up soon. So while I'm working on it right now, so since it deals with coffee and tea, I wanted to try staining paper with tea. I've never done it with tea or coffee. And since I don't see a lot of videos on YouTube about staining paper with fruit tea, I thought I might experiment with that and share it with you all. And yeah, so this is the size of the book. It's a really small book, but I wanted to make it this size. So it's going to be coil bound on this side. And I thought this would be a good size for making like a tea junk journal. And so reaching for this. So you know these, what are these called? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The little tab on tea bags. I thought it could be fun to have like a junk journal for any kind of tea I try, and I save the tags and put it in this little journal, just have fun with it, and collect any other paper kind of stuff in this junk journal regarding tea. So I have this cover paper on it. So this is actually, I've already recorded this for the next video. But I have just a piece of scrapbook paper glued to it, and I chose this because it's colorful and it reminded me of all the fruit tea that I like. So I do like tea in general, but fruit tea specifically I do like. And so I have some of this with me. I don't know if any of you have tried this. Let me know if you like this kind of tea as well, but I'm pretty obsessed with the fruit kind of tea. So right now in the fridge, I have like prickly pear tea, and I have like currant tea. This blueberry I really like of this brand. Not really a fan of like the herbal, kind of like general herbal teas, but if it has fruit in it, I'm on board. So I have this blueberry, this peach passion, and black cherry, and then wild berry zinger. Out of all these, I think I would say, if you're curious, the cherry and the blueberry are my favorite. These ones are fine too, but these two, they're good, in case you were looking for fruit tea. So I have these, and I've steeped some of these. Let me show you here. I'm also kind of looking at the chat while talking, so if I don't get to any of your chats, I apologize, but I'll try to look up while I'm staining paper as well. Okay. I have a paintbrush in there because you could probably guess I'm going to try not just staining the paper, but maybe like painting a pattern with it. Something different other than just like dipping it in the tea, which is, there's a lot of videos just of dyeing paper, which is totally fine, but I want to experiment a little bit more and see if I can like paint with it and make some kind of background. And then the paper that I end up making will be the paper in this future tea junk journal. Fruit tea. Or other tea. Whatever, you get it. So this is, let's see if I can remember. I think these were just a really quick swatch of these teas. and they came out really different than what I was expecting. So this is the blueberry, and I just put a little hot water. These have been steeping for maybe like almost a few hours now. So it's been a while, but I wanted them to be really concentrated, and so I didn't put a whole lot of water in there. So there's a lot to work with. So the blueberry came out like kind of like a light muted blue. Let's see. Yeah. I'm also reading the chat right now. Green tea. Okay, yes, it smells good around here right now. It smells like it's like herbal fruitiness kind of smell right now, it's nice. So this is the blueberry, which it's like a really muted kind of blue. This is the peach, and then this is the, what did I say? The wild berry zinger is this, and then that's the black cherry. So wild berry and black cherry look pretty similar, but in person, let's see if it focuses. The wild berry, or the wild cherry, is a little bit more, has some like red kind of tone in it, but it's not that different. Almost like a black stain. So yeah, they're totally different colors than I thought they would be. And then even like it looks very dark red, but it dries like almost a black. So that's interesting. Fun little experiment. So I guess I'm not gonna paint like a ton. I'll try to keep this video maybe like an hour or less, I don't know. But I wanted to experiment and see what they look like. Maybe like a pattern that is fruity, so maybe a bunch of cherries or peaches. I don't know. Maybe if you have some suggestions on what kind of pattern to paint with these, I'm all for looking at your chat suggestions. I also wanted to try not just white paper, which is typically dyed, but maybe see what they look like on more pastel kind of colors. Just experiment. Yeah, something like these, but maybe I won't fill the whole paper because that would take some time in this live stream. So maybe I'll just try some kind of pattern on all of these colors and then take it from there and record the rest for the future video. So what do y'all think? Yes, nice neutral earthy tones. Yeah, it's really interesting to see the colors come out of these tea bags. So, and I just left the bags in there just to keep it concentrated. So I have all 4 of these. Looking at the chat now. Lemon juice. I could try that. About tin spring. Oh, salt. Yeah. Yeah, there's even more things to experiment with, which I should try after. Like, I don't know how long you really want to watch a live stream for, but yeah, well, I should try that after. Create starburst style, yeah. So, which should I try first? I'm so rusty at live streams here. Not that I was ever like a pro at them, but it is a different thing other than recording yourself and then editing. Okay, maybe let's just keep it simple. Try as the blueberries. So this, I believe, is the blueberry. So you can kind of already see, like, I mean, blueberry is just a circle, but maybe we could try some. I thought the design of this was interesting, is that I was going to be inspired by the design on the tea wrapper. This is the only one with an actual animal on it, which I thought was interesting. So a bear, maybe I can like paint some blueberries and bear faces together, like a fun pattern. These will be like a background page in my junk journals, so things might get glued or taped on top of them. So like just something fun in the background of these pages. So yeah, there's a basket and a truck in the cherry one. There's a house on the peach one and a field of trees. There's like a hibiscus flower on the wild berry, palm tree, some inspiration for what to paint. But I guess I can keep it abstract too. I'm just thinking out loud here. Oh, and also regarding the acid, I am aware that tea and coffee can mess the whole pH balance of paper, which ends up like yellowing and aging your project in the long run. And I have, I'll later link a good video on how to add like baking soda to your tea if you want to kind of deter that. But I guess since this whole book is going to be with like tea bags and there's most likely going to be more tea stains in this book, I think I'm okay with just letting it be, and not worrying too much about it and just letting it age as it would. But I will, just out of curiosity, after I'm done painting with these, well, actually I could do it now. Hold on. Let's see where I've talked about this before. So I have a Lineco pH testing pen. So I guess we could just see. So if it marks yellow, that means acidic, and if it marks purple, that means it's okay in pH, not acidic. Let's see. So that looks purple to me. Yeah, it's not coming up yellow at all. And if you're curious about this pen, I'll link it in the description after I'm done with this live stream. It's come in handy a lot. I've been just marking anything I'm suspicious about being non-archival. So yeah, it comes in handy. But maybe I don't really have to worry about the paper or the tea being acidic because it doesn't really show it. Maybe in time it will. I don't know. So for now, just kind of ignoring the acidic nature of this and just having fun. Yeah. Reading the chat. Thank you. Okay, maybe let's try some really simple blueberries. Just do a little test on here first. Just soaking the paintbrush. So this is like what, I don't know if this is a great view for you all. So isn't it crazy that that's what it is originally, and it dries blue? I think that's crazy. Okay, let me just tilt you closer so you can see more. And if you have any suggestions on things to paint or doodle for this, I think I'm just gonna do like a whatever kind of scattered doodly kind of pattern and stain the paper so it's something kind of fun. Yeah, maybe I could do like a gradient thing. I don't know, just totally experimenting here. I would like to, so this is kind of like blueberry-ish. Maybe we try to see what it's like on this pastel purple paper. Just draw or paint some really random blueberries. I don't know if this angle is okay. Or if you can hear the fan in the background. It's hot here, so I'm sweating. while I'm doing this. But it's okay. I have a fan going, but it's not... I think I just did a peach. Well, here's a blueberry. Kind of a blueberry? I don't know. Keeping it loose. Now that looks like a cherry. Yeah. Where's my inspiration? Here. Got a bear. He's going down a stream with paddles. He's got his life jacket on, helmet, and he is going down a raging river of blueberries. Oh yeah, that's what I need to draw. The little like crown shape on top of a blueberry, not a stem, although they do have stems too. You just like do that little thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's put this here. Comment if any of you remember this mug or this Conabat thing. Still have the mug, and it's being used for painting. Okay, blueberries more like they have the little crown shape on top. Just trying to keep like a spot in the middle for a little like, you know, highlight glare thing. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I'm sure some of you know what I'm trying to say. It's looking more like a peach. I don't know. Just have fun with it. That's what I'm telling myself. Let's see. I'm looking at the little box on the right of me. Maybe later when it dries, I can always go back in and draw some like blueberry looking kind of details. I think it would be fun too to like have a spot where I do all 4 of the teas and have like a fruit salad kind of thing going on. I know this is just a bunch of blobs right now, and it's probably not very inspiring to watch right now. But this is an interesting experiment, at least to me it is, to see how fruity teas dye paper. Maybe just do some like dots, spots, blobs. And I guess one benefit of it being so hot where I am is I can just quickly put this paper outside and it will dry in like 30 seconds, probably less. See, I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, I could try layering it too. Fans are important in Arizona. I have 2 fans. Actually, I just got a neck fan, which has been like one of the greatest things of my summer so far. And I've been literally using it every day. And it's hard to now imagine a day when I don't have my neck fan. So those are great. Okay, this is not really looking like much, but it's interesting to see. It is more like purpley when I paint it on purple paper. I am curious. I will be cutting up this paper since the pages are going to be so much smaller than a letter size. I can just, here's the size that they're going to be. Like do some kind of fun background and then cut it up to like about 4 pages. So it doesn't have to be like a perfectly composed pattern, just something fun that's like a background pattern. Let's see what like a gradient kind of thing looks like. Let me just fill that in one more. Circles are supposed to be simple blueberries. Okay. It's kind of a small brush, but Sure, this will look totally different when it dries. Okay. Well, not too much of a gradient. I didn't really do a good job there. Yeah, maybe I'll wait till it dries and then add more layers. Let's put this to the side for now and try something else and go back to it. Let's see, peach. Let's paint some peaches, which are also blobs that look like blueberries. Yeah, okay. So this one, the peach looks like this. I'm also checking out the chat. Have you any crafty plans? I don't have any crafty plans for spooky season yet. Since you do mention that, so this is the peach tea I'm about to try. Let me get something. Hold on. Put that there. So I don't know if you've been to my Etsy shop lately, but I did make spooky season versions of my mystery grab bags. So if you are looking for some mystery kind of fun ephemera, paper kind of stationery stuff, stickers, all the things in here are of my own design, and it's also past monthly mails. So if you also don't know, I have a monthly mail tier on my Patreon where I mail 2 postcards to my patrons every month. And I also have an example of those. So just for example, this past July, they got these postcards. So these are illustrations from my other junk journal, which I'm having fun in. And yeah, they're just postcards, something fun to mail people that are supporting my channel. So monthly mail is on my Patreon only. I will also link that in the description. And then, so if I have any leftovers from monthly mail, I put them into my mystery grab bags, which are for sale on my Etsy shop. So, but these ones specifically have kind of spooky autumnal kind of prints only. So these are limited. If you're interested in something spooky, I'll put the link in the description, but it is if you type in clemon.co, it'll take you there to my Etsy shop. So little shameless plug there, spooky season mystery bags. My usual mystery bags have a I have this prepared, I guess, but so my usual mystery grab bags look like this, and they just have a mix, like totally random mix of my prints and stickers and washi tapes. So yeah. clemon.co if you're curious, if you want to go check them out. Okay, back to peaches. Peaches. I am shipping to Germany. I don't know if like the tariff stuff is affecting that. I don't think so, because I'm in the US. That's like a whole other topic that is depressing. But yeah, I am shipping to Germany. It might be kind of costly though, just a heads up. Okay. So I am treating this like watercolor for the most part. I'm thinking this is going to just look like brown when it dries, but since it's on yellow, oh, that's really watered down. Wow, it's so much more pigmented on the white paper. Let's see. Actually, when I did that swatch test, I do remember it was really light and then it dried dark. So maybe it'll look totally different. I'm trying to keep that like little thing in the middle to be looking like peachy. Just do some, let me see, I did do a peach pattern. Let me get it one quick sec. On the side here, I have all my papers that I'm going to use in this book. And I did grab one of my peach pattern papers. Let's see, where is that? Did I? Yeah, I did. So here's paper rustling. So this is a pattern paper that I designed a while ago, some years ago. Back is just green. I have them on my Zazzle shop. Yeah, so trying to do some kind of peach pattern like this, maybe. Oops, well, that'll become a peach. I mean, really, I'm just painting circles here. Maybe if there's like a leaf, I can come in after with like a green paint pen or something. I can't do the little flower. I'm just gonna keep it really simple. Well, that's not very circular. Peach. This is getting really blobby, but it's, I need more experience doing stuff on live streams because it's just totally different when you're just painting by yourself versus recording it live. Different outcome. Maybe I'll just stick to circles and go back in with more peach kind of outlines. I mean, they'll most likely end up just looking like brown blobs. But the main, I mean, not the main, what am I trying to say? I really like doing the junk journal kind of stuff right now because it is so loose and like it's just all about having fun with it and doing your own version of it. So not a lot of rules, and I like experimenting with papers and paint, and it kind of opens, or it allows for that in these junk journals. Let's see. I am sweating. I'm glad you can't see that or smell it. I don't stink, by the way. Anyway, yeah, it's hot in here. I have the door closed, so that is also why it's hot. I've got some little, you know, it never fails. Anytime I paint or something, some kind of fuzz just falls in it. Let me see. Anything else I could add to this? Maybe just come over here and try some like leaves. It's hard to paint when you can't see much of it. And this is mostly going to be like a muted pattern in the background of the page. Oops. Well, I could do some splatters on it too. Well, I hope you didn't come on here and to see perfection, because you're not going to get it. But if anything, if you take away anything from this video, maybe it'll be like experimenting. If you have some like tea on hand and you're looking for a way to have experiment on your paper, maybe try it. Let me know how it goes. Now I'm just kind of just doing random leaves. Well, I think let's try the pink paper. And if I feel like it, maybe I'll try another version off camera, and at least I know or have more of an idea. Like, these could be just sketches to see what it looks like when it dries. Let's see, the pink one. We can try like the black cherry. Oh wait, we just did the, what did we just do? Cherry. Yeah, no, we did blueberry. Sorry. So we can do like cherries and berries. Yeah. Just looking at the, trying to see if I can get some other inspiration for things to paint other than the berries, but I'm just still keep it simple. I'm just reading now. Reading your chat. Small polka dots. Oh, something else I could try also, like, so I could totally do some kind of swirly checkerboard. I have a video where I did a very similar pattern, and it's really easy and fun to just make swirls and then fill them in with checked pattern. Maybe I'll try that. I'll link that video I'm talking about. It was up a couple years ago, so I don't think many people know about it. Okay, what colors? So we've done the blueberry and the peach. Let's see, I've been going live for 35 minutes, so I was going to, mental note, just not go over an hour, because that's quite long, but we're doing okay. Maybe like 20 more minutes, see where we go. Okay, I can smell to see which ones they are. This is the cherry, the black cherry. And that comes out almost like black. And then this also comes out black, and this is the wild berry. Okay. Let's see. Maybe let's try like a strawberry looking thing, or like a raspberry. Let's try raspberry. It's kind of like dots. I forgot what shaped brush I had in this. It's much smaller than the other one I just used. I think that might work better if I just like, instead of painting it into the paper, just let the dots kind of form on the surface of the paper. That might end up more pigmented. Let's see, trying to get more raspberry looking. Maybe? Does that look like a raspberry to you? Yeah, I think this like dot kind of way of painting is much more pigmented. I'm curious in the chat if you want to say like where you're watching from. That's always cool. Hi from Costa Rica. And are you guys working, or are you a student, or are you just checking in on YouTube while you're working? It's not quite raspberry like. There we go. Chandler, hey. England. What time is it in England right now? Also, thanks for being a longtime follower. Oh, I just read, you just said the evening. Right now for me, it is, can't fully see, it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. Almost midnight. Not here, I'm just reading. Just chilling. I don't know if these are being raspberries or not. Kind of. Yeah. Okay, add some cherries somewhere along here. Get some kind of pattern going. And if there's in the chat, if you want to like suggest any upcoming videos you'd like to see, that's always nice for me to read. When I'm in my own bubble, I don't really know other than to just show the projects that I'm working on. So if you want to share like any kind of videos that you would like to see coming up, go for it. I don't know if these are very raspberry looking anymore. They need to be more shaped, maybe. I think a little stem would also make them look more raspberry-ish. This is quite relaxing too. Like also there's smell involved. It just smells like fruity herbalness while painting. These are not getting, there we go. I'm sure if I sketched a little before going live here, my design would be better, but I just wanted to be really casual about it. And these might end up being the sketches, and then in my video you might see something better looking. I'm just reading the chat here. If you have any advice, junk journal prompts, yeah. As I kind of do my own junk journals, I am learning some things, and those end up being video topics that I can end up exploring. Let's try some cherries now. Put this over here. And what are you all working on right now? I know some of you are just chilling because you're not working on anything at night, but if you have any projects, let me know. What are you working on? Let's see, like a cherry shape, which is also just a blob. I definitely think later on I could go in and add some stems. I didn't think I would like this cherry tea because I don't usually like the cherry kind of cough syrup taste, which I know people do really like that. I do not. But this tea kind of has a hint of that, but it's not as bad. think when I go back in, I'll put like a stem, some kind of like keeping in mind the future design where I'll go back in and add some stems. And later on, I can just complete the whole pattern on the entire page so that I can cut it up into about 4 pages that I can then spiral or coil bind into my book. Let's see. I think I'll leave it here for now, and then I want to try maybe one last thing, try this kind of pattern and doing it in the way that I showed in my tutorial or my video from a couple years ago. Maybe then I can use all colors. I'm afraid to move this because I don't want the little dots to disperse. Reading your comments right now in the chat. I have it on my computer that way, so I just can look up and see. Let's see, move this carefully. And I was thinking maybe because I can't seem to upload every week, it's just too much for me. I was thinking maybe on the weeks that I don't upload, I can do like a really casual live like this. Let me know what you think about that. And it could always be something that's like part of the project that I'm working on. And then you'll see the end or the results in the actual project video. Okay, what am I trying to do? Let's do like a checkered. Let's do it with this since it's kind of lighter. The peach. I love the way peach tea smells. That's like one of my favorite smells. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see this though, because this is like the lightest. Yeah, maybe I'll see it. Okay, so in my video, which I'll link, I painted on a clipboard and I just did like a swirl kind of thing and just did lines of that. And it's something really easy to paint if you just have no ideas. And just kind of like, they don't have to be totally parallel lines. When I do it the other way, then it'll add some more dimension to it. But if you see like this kind of wave, and then you fill it in, it'll look something like that. Oops. It's looking a little messy there. That's okay. Consider this a sketch and maybe try it later. Okay, now I'm gonna go the other way. And painting this with acrylic paint is probably more fun, like I did in the video. So I'm going to do some wavy lines this way. Oops, well, that's okay. Do some wide ones, some narrow ones. Some like little specks of stuff on my paper. Okay, let me start with that. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in and fill in the squares that this pattern made. This is I should have labeled these in some way, but I can't remember. This is cherry that I'm putting on. So let's see, just start wherever. Oh, that was unexpected. Maybe I should wait for this to dry. Because as soon as I start, it's going to just bleed onto the lines. But maybe that'll be a cool look. Let's just go for it then. I wanted it to like bead on top of the surface of the paper, but if there's a line, it won't do that. This will either end up looking cool or like a messy mess, I don't know. And it'll look different when it dries. Let's go this way. But maybe it's like, it's gotta be a little bit more interesting than just like soaking it, right? And I was thinking in this little tea journal, I could just end up like documenting whatever tea I'm drinking, and I could put like a little splash of it on the page along with the tag of the tea. Or if I go somewhere and order a tea, maybe there's like a label on the cup. You know, some coffee shops put your order and print it out and put it on the cup. I could just stick that to the page as part of the junk in my junk journal. Maybe I'll try some of this in one of the squares. Just like do a mix. See, looking up at the chat right now. Yeah, I'm laughing at the art store comment. I've only been, someone spotted me just once, and it was in a Staples, which I don't really go to often. But yeah, so that's that was like maybe 5 years ago. Honestly, there's so many YouTube channels, and I really don't expect to be spotted anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, live stream maybe Monday. I don't know if any of you have been here for that long. I think in 2019 I tried a thing called Sea Lemon, which now that I'm saying it maybe wasn't like a great idea, but Sea Lemon Day, but there's a Monday in that word, Sea Lemon Day. So that was like one of my upload days because I thought it was fun. Sea Lemon Day. Monday is Sea Lemon Day. But maybe before I went live here, I thought maybe I could bring that back. I don't know. I used to, well, I still do. There's I go back and forth with like what the right upload day is or time, but regarding the day, I used to only upload on the weekends because that's when everybody else in my category would upload. And so the idea was you get more traffic that way. But now, it's so different now. It's almost like there's too many people uploading on the weekend, and then maybe my video just gets buried then. So I don't even know if wait, I'm not paying attention to the checkered pattern here, and I totally messed it up. So I don't even know if that's good for me anymore to upload on weekends, because it just gets like drowned out by all the other channels uploading on the weekend. So maybe I should just upload on Mondays. These are the thoughts of a YouTuber. This is the stuff we have to think about. Yeah, I totally messed up the pattern here. That's okay. And also, like, everybody's online now. Versus, like, if you think back 10 years ago, it's like, oh, there's a YouTube video, I'll watch that on the weekend. But, like, with social media and the way things are now, you're always online, basically. So I don't know if sticking to the weekend schedule matters anymore for me. Maybe I should just do a weekday. Let's try this one. This is looking like a hot mess, but that's okay. Thank you for being subscribed. I'm reading the chat. I know, it's also another thing, like, I don't even know if, like, I have such a large subscriber number, but less than 1% actually watch of that, I think. Or maybe I don't even know anymore. Maybe it's less than 10% of that. So subscribing does matter if you actually get notified when I post. And now liking, I'm reading or hearing that liking might matter more than subscribing. So if you see any of my videos, definitely hit the like button. It helps my odds with the algorithm. I don't know, sometimes you can get so overwhelmed by all the stuff you're supposed to do as a YouTuber and social media, and it gets overwhelming, and at some point it's just like, I'm just gonna upload something, and if it gets watched, fine. If it doesn't, I can only control so much. It's so weird that this turns into that. So it's like, it just looks like a gray kind of pattern. It's so strange how it does that. I'm just gonna add like an extra thing here. So I'm just looking at my art right now on my computer screen, and oh, okay, that's something. I think I'd prefer the fruit pattern. Yeah, but hey, I tried it. Experimenting. You can't expect it all to be pretty, So I'm just gonna keep filling in these and then read your chat. And we're on 57 minutes here, so maybe like a few more minutes and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, fill this in. But I definitely appreciate all of you hanging out with me while I experiment with fruity tea. I'm just gonna, oh, there's a long one to read. It's hard to read and paint at the same time. Okay. I did get some new brushes. I haven't really talked about that, but if you've seen me use these blue brushes in the latest kind of videos, they're new. I like them. They're like I like the grip thing on them. I'm just going over other ones. I mean in the pattern. Let's see. Maybe just let that thing dry and just let it be what it is. Kind of a mess. Now let's look at some of the dry ones. So, the blueberry one, gosh, it's so weird. So this is the blueberry tea, and it looks like kind of like a muted blue here. So I tried that on the purple paper, and it dries like that. So it's more reddish, pinkish. Interesting, different colors. So I guess it just depends on the color of paper. Looking at your comments, your chat. Thank you for watching my old videos. I mean, really, that really helps keep my channel alive, honestly. I'm sure you can go back and look at my view count. They definitely don't get watched as much as they used to. But really, it's the past like 10 years of videos being watched that help keep my channel going collectively. So yeah, that's blueberry. That's how that dried. And oh, sorry. This is the peach. So the peach is kind of, you know, that's kind of the sample. It's a little darker on this color paper, but it's very muted, and it's not even that fully dry. Again, I can put this outside for like 30 seconds or less, and it'll be dry because it's so hot here. That's the or what do we say? The cherry and wildberry zinger. It's not dry yet though, but you can see the cherry is already getting dark. So I think this is gonna do it. I hope you had fun or a little break from your day watching me experiment with fruity teas on paper. And I'll take these findings and try some other kind of pages for my future junk journal. Yeah, and I'm also going to put these in my junk journal because that's all about, you know, putting the junk that I'm using in my journal, which is fun. I have been I don't really like keeping extra junk for these journals, so I've actually been journaling as I collect the paper, if that makes sense. So this is the future tea journal, junk journal, and then I have the coffee one, which will be with it in the next video. So I hope you guys had some kind of fun, and I will see you in that future video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, checking out all my links. Again, if you want to check out the spooky season mystery bag, I'll put all those links in the description. Monthly mail, everything I mentioned. Thanks for making it this far into the hour-long video. See ya. Bye. Let me see if I remember how to do this on my phone. How do I do? Okay, bye.